Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and just stick around. Also, if you need any specific help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. So in today's video, I want to address a question that comes up quite often in the manifesting community, especially within people who are relatively new with the law of assumption. And the question is, can my specific person actually reject my manifestation of them? And before I answer this question, let me give you a little introduction, because this question originates in a passage in one of Neville's earlier books. And in the passage, Neville essentially says, without actually specifying a romantic specific person or anything like that, he actually talks about another person in general. But what he says in that passage is that another person can actually reject your thought transmission, your manifestation of them, what you're manifesting upon them, if whatever it is that you're manifesting, they're not able to wish it upon themselves or upon someone else. So a lot of people have actually taken this passage and have interpreted it and are teaching it as your specific person can actually reject you, can actually reject your manifestation. And so today I'm going to attempt to answer this question and give you my perspective of it. So my personal and honest interpretation of this passage from Neville's book is that Neville, when he was writing this passage, actually didn't have a specific person, a romantic specific person or otherwise in mind at all. I think, and if you actually read the context in which it is written and you read what comes above that passage and what comes below it, to me at least, it becomes very, very obvious and very clear that what Neville was trying to convey through that passage was that you shouldn't actually wish ill on someone else. You shouldn't wish bad on them. You shouldn't be trying to manifest bad things upon them. And I think that was the reason why he wrote this passage, why he wrote this part of that chapter in that book. And I think that's what he was trying to convey. That's what he was trying to relay to his readers. And he actually very specifically goes on in the same chapter to say that you shouldn't wish ill on another, that you shouldn't wish bad things, because people can actually reject the notion and the concept of bad things happening to them. And I think this was Neville's whole point in that chapter, in that passage. He wasn't trying to say, don't manifest a specific person, or if you're manifesting a romantic specific person, they might reject you, or they might not like your manifestation upon them, and they might subconsciously reject it, and this and that. I don't think it was even in his mind at all when he was writing this part of this chapter. So honestly, I know you're going to hear about it here and there, and unfortunately some coaches are also going to use it to just tell you that you cannot and should not manifest a specific person. I suggest you ignore it. I suggest that you don't take it as an encouragement from Neville, or I should say a discouragement from Neville, to manifest a specific person. I suggest that you take it the way he said it, that you shouldn't wish ill on another, you shouldn't be manifesting bad things to happen to other people, and that is that, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. You don't need Neville to tell you that. And I know some people might say, oh, but Neville said elsewhere that you should actually occupy the state of being happily married or in a happy relationship with someone and not actually stick to one specific person. It's true, he has said that. It's also true that he has helped a lot of his clients at the time manifest specific people, and he himself manifested a specific person, which was his second wife, just like his second wife manifested him as a specific person. So I'd say don't get so hung up on this. I say if your heart's desire, if your genuine, honest, true desire is with a specific person, manifest them without guilt, okay? As long as it comes from love, as long as it comes from pure intentions, as long as it comes from a desire to actually see their best version and to be the best version of yourself with them, don't have any guilt. That's my opinion. That's my honest opinion, my honest interpretation. And I really don't think that's what Neville meant at all when he was writing that passage. I think it's been grossly misunderstood, grossly misinterpreted, and quite badly mistaught, if you ask. There's a couple more points I have about that. One is, if, as I said, your intentions are pure, your intentions truly come from love, if they come from a place of actually wanting to share love with that person, having affection for that person, wanting to see a different version of that person, and wanting to be a better version of yourself with them, and manifesting a better version of yourself with them, why would any specific person, even subconsciously, reject love coming their way? Why would they reject love being manifested their way? Why would they reject affection? Why would they reject the better version of themselves? Why would they reject a beautiful, loving, fulfilling relationship? And also, why would they not wish it among others? This makes no sense. And that's why I'm convinced that this is not what Neville meant, and that this is very misconstrued, that little passage from his book. And that's why I don't think any specific person would actually reject love being sent their way subconsciously, coming their way subconsciously. Why would they reject something that would ultimately elevate them to a better version of themselves and would bring them love and happiness and more fulfillment? I mean, all humans want that. It's a human need, it's a human desire, it's something that makes our life happier. So it also makes no sense, even from a 3D point of view, why anyone would reject love, pure love with pure intentions, and why they would even subconsciously reject your manifestation or not wish it, not wish that same love, not wish that same happiness and that same emotional fulfillment upon someone else. Which is why I think this is not what Neville meant at all. Now, besides that, there is of course the other point about the law and what the law is all about, which is, what is your dominant state? What are you dominantly assuming? What are you dominantly thinking, feeling, believing, assuming, embodying as your main state, your dominant state? And this is what ends up manifesting. So if you are embodying a dominant state of rejection, and you dominantly think that your person is rejecting you, then yes, it's not a question of can they reject me? It's a question of will they reject me? And they will if that is your dominant assumption of them and if that's your dominant inner state. On the other hand, if your dominant inner state is one of being in a loving relationship with them, one of being in union with them, one of being in a harmonious relationship, happy, loving, committed, fulfilled relationship, it's not that they can actually reject it. They are your mirror and they are going to reflect back to you your dominant state. So if that is your dominant state, if it aligns with what you want, with the story that you want, then they're not going to reject you. It's as simple as that. So ultimately, it is a matter of what is your dominant state and what is the mirror, which is the other people are going to show you. It's not a matter of can they, will they, would they, could they. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with who you are dominantly, and that is going to determine what they project back to you, what they reflect back to you, what they mirror back to you. Okay? And also remember the concept of infinite states. There is an infinite number of states, an infinite number of realities in the quantum field, in the fourth dimension right now that you can choose from. They all exist. They are all equally valid. And what you're doing is you're choosing your reality, you're choosing your version, your story, and you're aligning with that, with your state, with your energy, your focus, your attention, your thoughts, your feelings, emotional, mental state, all that. And you become that person who's already living in that reality, in your imagination and in your thoughts and in your assumptions. So knowing the concept of infinite states, which by the way Neville taught, then what is the point of actually even asking that question? Can they reject me? Can they reject my manifestation? Can they actually deny or decline what I'm manifesting upon them? It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of what state are you choosing? What reality are you choosing? What are you aligning with dominantly? What is your dominant inner reality? What state are you embodying? And then that is going to determine what they do, what they reflect, what they mirror back. So to summarize, the answer is that no, your specific person cannot reject your manifestation if you're actually aligned dominantly with the reality where you are in a loving, committed, exclusive, fulfilling, whatever it is, relationship with them. And if that's what you're living, that's what you're embodying, that's what they're going to reflect back at you. If you live dominantly in a state of rejection and your dominant story within you is one of rejection, is one of not being chosen, not being prioritized and all that, then yes, that's what they're going to mirror back to you. But it's not a question of can they or will they or would they or could they. It's a question of who are you within? Who are you within? And that is going to determine who they are, who they show up as. So I hope that's clear. So with all that said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.